State Facts Podcast Morning Show. I am your host and your brother Dean. Good morning. Man, it's hard to balance a full-time job while working on passion projects. If you agree, tune in and listen to the show today.
Here we go, another episode been written. Who he sold, listen to scrolls and scriptures. I.e. Holy Quran, biblical figures. Mine's the A, man, I don't agree with these niggas. Self-preservation, the law of nature. Worse in Lamont, London, I understand shit basic. Simply put, who's preserving my pages? History's all wrong. I'm aware, I'm awake, and when they copy and paste, the essence is all gone. Have to peel back the skin, look in, and there you are. Brother, they built the blocks, I watch them crumble, so why should I pretend not to see it for the clothes I won't change what happened. Try to make it rapping, realize it was backwards. I couldn't have mapped this. He said coon fire coon and it was perfect. Handmade person, man-made circus, and they called it a motherfucking coast.
Yes, sir. Good morning, good morning, good morning. State Facts Podcast Morning Show. I am your host and your brother Dean. April 10th, 2020, the year of the clear vision. All praise is due to the most gracious, most merciful, for it is he who calls us to die and give us life again, and to him is the return. Yes, sir. We're going to start off this morning with the topic. The topic for today is self-preservation, which is the law of nature. Today in news, there's 868,000 confirmed cases of the coronavirus / COVID-19. 16,632 fatalities, which is overwhelming and unprecedented. The first time in our history, there's that many deaths without a physical war going on. And I say a physical war because it is something going on and we can quote unquote call it whatever we want to. Okay. Also in news, the prisons is being overwhelmed with these cases, these viruses, whether it be the inmates or the guards. It's inside the prison, which is totally overwhelming because these guys have no way to fight for themselves. And just to touch on top of the topic, I talked to my little brother who has been serving a 15-year sentence. He almost done. And he's in lockdown. So I talked to him and I told him, I said, look, I asked him, first of all, was he in a cell by himself? And he told me, yeah. So I added a check right there. And I explained to him that he's in the best place possible. If you have any family members or loved ones that's in a correctional center right now, maybe you can give them the information that I gave to my brother. And I told him, I said, listen, you're in the best place. You're in a cell block by yourself. That's good. I say, plan on staying there. Don't even buck the system trying to get out of there. And I told him that because it's distancing the distance. You need to keep distance away from people. And he understood it well. But then it get even further than that when you're talking to me, because I told my little brother when they slide that child plate through there, I said, do what the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to do. Eat with your hand. Don't even eat with the utensil. Don't touch the plate. Say Bismillah in the name of Allah before you start eating. I told him that this is a way that he can protect himself. You know, it's really hard being in a prison because those COs, the guards, they trying to protect themselves and really don't give a damn about nobody that's in there. Honestly, now don't get me wrong, they do have some correctional officers that do what they can do for the inmates, but for the most of it, the overhead of it is that they don't care about the prisons. So we have Jay-Z and Meek Mills we spoke about yesterday, who's into the prison reform thing, and they're helping out. But it's too many prisons in America. If I'm not wrong about this, and if I am, somebody leave it in the comments. I think there's more prisons getting built in the United States than school buildings getting built. In our and inside of our United States of America. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed this morning. The topic for today on April 10, 2020 on this beautiful Friday morning is self-preservation, which is the law of nature for man. And what does self-preservation mean? Self-preservation means to protect oneself from harm, from danger. That's what self-preservation stands for, to protect oneself from harm or from danger. Excuse me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, prisons are overwhelmed with this coronavirus thing. They don't know how to handle it, don't understand it, because most of these inmates don't even have access to watch TV, especially when they're in the hole, and especially when you have ignorant inmates. Because I was there before, once upon a time in my life, when you have inmates who want to control the TV and watch movies versus watching what's going on in the free world. Yes, sir. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed this morning. Let's go. State Facts Podcast Morning Show. I'm your host and your Brother Deen. All right, something else I want to touch on that's really is bothering my brain. There's a bakery that's making chocolate bunnies with masks on him and with toilet paper in his hand. Now let me be clear about this. They said the news anchor, she said that keep in mind that there's no coronavirus in the bunnies. You don't know that. And why would this bakery even listen, if y'all feel like it's comfortable, that's y'all quote unquote holiday or whatever, it is. That's, if y'all don't feel like nothing wrong with that, then so be it. But I will speak on it to say that it's nowhere in the world that, it's like a transformation. They're trying to transform the world to make us wear masks and concerned about tissue paper. Are you serious? It's nowhere in the world that they should be putting face masks on my child, Chocolate Bunny. But if I could go back a little bit further without offending anybody, if you do your math right, Easter is not the day that Jesus died, alayhi salam, nor is it the day that he rose, alayhi salam. We in a country where it's just nothing but lies and bull crap. And then you have people who come up with brilliant ideas like, oh, this is a brilliant idea. Let me hurry up and jump on it and put masks on them on a bunny. Listen, my baby better not have none of that. With no face mask on no bunny. That's not how we was raised. That's not what the bunny is. You done took the bunny and changed the bunny. So what that tell you about the human being? Huh? What that tell you about the human being? Guess what? They are doing this so that the human being can have a picture of who they want us to be. Maybe. I don't know. But drop your comments below if you have something to say about it. Again, that's just my opinion. It's bothering my brain just to think about the simple fact of them putting a face mask on the bunny with tissue paper in his hand. That's bull crap. State Facts Podcast Morning Show. I'm your host and your Brother Deen. Let's go. We're going to talk about some small business issues because I have a small business and I want whatever they going to give me. Yes, sir. Let's talk about this small business thing. First of all, President Trump is pushing the ticket, trying to get the country back open. How, why, when, we don't know. Do it make sense? No. But for small businesses, make sure if you have any business entity, a LLC or a corporation or whatever, if you have one, make sure you get your paperwork straight because, they're not going to give us 40 acres in the mule. We have to take our 40 acres in the mule as black people. Now, for my Caucasian listeners and my Latino listeners, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So we don't even have to get into that. The fact of the matter is that the black man with small businesses is going to be the last one to file a paper, which means going to be the last ones to receive benefits or loans to make their business better or keep their business running. And this is what it's for. So I'm going through all kind of loopholes, which yesterday I was on the phone for hours, 2 hours, and still wasn't able to get everything I needed. But I'm encouraging you guys to make sure y'all file paperwork, get the loans that you need, and do the right damn thing with the money when you get the money. I mean, New York and Cali is seeing a decline in their cases. Farthest they telling us, we don't know. I say, this is another thing for, for my listeners. I always have my ways of putting things. Buy seeds to plant and grow your own food at this time in life. Tomatoes and your onions and stuff like that, there's seeds that you could buy for some of your food that you can plant yourself. And it brings about a new lifestyle. Don't look at this thing as if, this the dead end in the world about to start over. Well, let it start over. And when it start over, make sure you in the right position, you and your family in the right position to be able to strive in this new America. Yes, sir. Today's topic is, if you're just joining us, today's topic is self-preservation, which is the law of nature. To protect oneself from harm or danger at all causes, whether it be family, friends, or people you don't even know. In this case, the coronavirus. Protect yourself. Yes, sir. Also, I wanted to talk about Illinois is growing in cases. Down in Chicago, our prayers go out for Illinois. Our prayers go out to the Louisiana people down there, because it's still rising there too. It's not like that it's just going away. I don't know if it's the people not staying inside. I'm not gonna call what it is or why this happening, because we do not know. Like we spoke about yesterday with the 5G towers, we do not know. I see a lot of stuff that kind of makes sense, but again, I try not to let anything consume me that don't come from the most gracious, most merciful. We want to ask the most gracious, most merciful to make us amongst the ones who have an open eye and aware and don't let anything consume them in this life, knowing that most of it is lies. Yes, sir. So I urge you guys to protect yourself. Once again, protect your family members and loved ones and your friends also. We have to protect each other. Yes, sir. April 10, 2020, the year of the clear vision, 2020. Self-preservation is the law of nature. I hope you woke up on the right side of the bed this morning. My coffee on black, and I am feeling great. Here's your health tip. Get your rest like we spoke about yesterday. Eat better. We know that. Exercise as much as you possibly can. A walk to the mailbox back and forth is considered exercise. It is. But get up this morning and stretch your bones out. Relax your mind. Find ways to deal with this stress and anxiety that this world is causing us all. Share your overcomings and your outcomes with other people. Talk about the things that's bothering you. Find you a friend. It's not many of us in the world. But find you a friend that's willing to listen, that's willing to give you an ear and listen to what you're talking about. That's willing to not give you advice, just listen. That's a health tip. Just listen, shut up and listen. We want to thank the most gracious, most merciful for this day. For it is he who calls us to die, and he give us life again, and to him is the return. I hope you enjoyed the show for today. We're going to keep it short and keep it snappy. But do not forget to protect yourself and your loved ones on this Friday.